Hello, and welcome back to Roslyn for episode 19. Thanks for joining me live on Twitch if you're here. So, what I want to focus on right now is this little area right here, which I have set aside for a city hall. I think it makes sense to have it right here on Roslyn Street, which is what this is. Let's just make sure that that's labeled correctly. What's going on there? Is it still, nope, Roslyn Street down here. So this is just a little leftover from some of the redevelopment we did last episode to bring the tram line in here. So there we go. Now Roslyn Street is major again. So what I want to do, first I want to see if there's some kind of good, unique plaza we could put in right here that would fit is the big question. Because I would like to have those roads continue. And let's just see if I just stub them out, if this will fit or not. And it will not. So that's a bummer. So we may just have a little jog right there. I think that's okay though. Did I mess up our zoning at all? Nope. Go ahead and upgrade these. Obviously that's gonna go. And then I want to bring in, let's see, where's City Hall? Is that it? Yes. Boom. Go ahead and level out the terrain here. Okay. Yep, and that's gonna need water, of course. Okay. And even want to put some trees through here. Okay. I think that'll work. Go ahead and bring water down to it. Go ahead and come from here. There we go. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and pull these out. It means we still need to continue some sort of development out from here, I think. Maybe just up to this road. Interesting. There we go, nice and clean. Okay. Fairly clean there, I think that's alright. And then could go right there still, but again, I'm not crazy about that. I'd rather almost have a park right here, I think. So City Hall and all this, maybe like over here, this could all become a park. And it may also be where we put some more of these government buildings, to be honest with you. So let me just make sure my road names are extended here. I think some of this is fairly set now. Valley View will go down to there. Grove will go down to here. I think this would be, why don't we just call it City Street for now? We can call this, call this Hall Street, I guess. Why not? Okay, go ahead and upgrade these roads, I think. Okay, let's check this bus line, see what it's doing now. So it's making a big loop there. I'd rather give him a more convenient turnaround. What if that just comes in like that? And then we can bring this bus stop right here. And I think that'll work. Obviously, this needs to come down to City Hall now. And I think it would stop. That would be really convenient for tram access. I think that's the way to go. Okay. Absolutely see a line now on this street. I think I'll hold off on it for now. What is that? Nancy? Make sure these street names are extended over now. Not sure if I want to turn this into more high density or low density. Could be nice to front some high density onto Roslyn right here, although it would be nice to have room for offices too. But let's just see what we can accomplish with filling out the rest of this neighborhood at least. Okay, I've got water hooked up, I got the fencing in. I'm gonna go ahead and throw down some more residential here. So our demand remains very high, and I'm really not crazy about these level 4 houses. I feel like they just are not in the spirit of Roslyn, and there's a ton of them through here now, so I may have to go on a big historicization trip, potentially deleting some of these really high level looking things. I just feel like they're not, I think this is why I use the historic feature so much, because I would rather buildings sort of kept a more historic look, especially like in this downtown area, stuff like this, you know. It's just, you go ahead and slap the historic tag on a bunch of these. Honestly, that one already is, of course. Anyway, I shouldn't get distracted. So, stuff's starting to come in here now. I think we would see some offices or retail out here. So I delete that now. Ugh, it doesn't want to give me that. Okay. Just do it the hard way. Okay. Some retail lots there potentially. Do want to reconnect my bike path down here though. Go. And potentially think about where that's going to go from there. First, let me pull... Let's try to level this out a little more. There we go. Okay. What was that? Drive-in restaurant? I'm not crazy about that there, actually. Market, noodles, ramen, service station, small office building. So here's sort of more what I'm looking for. So they'll get some nice views of the back there. Let's see, it's the area of effect. I'll save that one. District office. There we go. I think those work well together right there. Local register's office. I don't think we're quite ready for something that high yet. Hotel, downtown hotel. This could be good to have somewhere in here eventually. Wonder if it makes sense somewhere downtown. It's quite large. We'll potentially have to take out quite a bit there. But this could be a good spot for it. Oh, look what's finally empty. Okay. So, if you remember last episode, I said I was going to move this once it emptied out because we'd like to have some space to draw that road down. The question is, where I do need like a big cemetery complex in here somewhere. Maybe this is the spot for it. And then can go ahead and bring these city services that I had over here back in this area potentially, or go with some bigger ones. So it's the HQ. And this might become more of a beach unit now. Can I squeeze it in there? Nope. If there were a place to put this back here. Oop, I let a couple of these get too big, it looks like. Okay, that'll work. See, this is what happens when you don't historicize stuff. Grows in quite large. Okay, a couple of these have popped up now. Go ahead and make sure we're historicizing. More stuff popping in here. Taking advantage of that residential demand for just some very basic redevelopment. It might make sense to have another shop right here. Right, so we're still developing this. Might make sense to put a road maybe like right here. Probably be good to put a big fire station over here too. That's where that other cemetery was gonna go. Right. Almost tempted to move that there. Bring our water over, of course. There we go. Do that. This reminds me, I want to check in over here now. So that's popping up. There's that. Okay. That was quick. Go ahead and throw this fencing back in here. Okay. So this is probably a little extraneous now. Could definitely use some fire coverage down by the beach though. And just throw down a couple of watchtowers too. So this is taking shape as a pretty major hub here. I may even want to do graveyards on the back. There we go. I like that a lot. And then I'll go ahead and throw some paths down through here right now. Maybe it'll become a more complicated situation at some point in the future. We'll find out. Here we go. And I think all this right here would probably end up being commercial. Okay, that looks ripe for commercial development now. Want to make sure our tram is stopping here at City Hall, as you might expect. So we can go ahead and get rid of these stops. So, one of the other things I wanted to do was bring a bike path from here by the beach and try to get it over to the university. 'Cause I think this sort of like waterfront bike path is such a nice feature for any city to have. So we'll just come through that forest there. This part's gonna be a little tight. And I may even try to get a little fancy with it here. Oof, what in the hell? We don't bring it in up against that. Here we go. And then we'll just try to come right along the water here, I think. There we go. That ought to work. Let's just check the terrain in a couple of spots. This is looking a little goofy right here. Can we fix that maybe? Let's try to get all that on the same level. Try not to have any spots where it looks like you might roll off onto the coast. But still trying to keep the natural coastline look as much as I can too. Oof, this is brutal. So maybe not the most realistic entrance there. Bring this back in. Quite. No, that's not it either. You might just say, why not just level this out so it's all actually flat, and it's just... it's a matter of pride, honestly. Love to have like a little interesting feature right here. Doesn't seem to be in the stars for us though, so sometimes you gotta just know when you're beat. And so we lost one divot in the shore there, but I think that's okay. And there we go. Okay, so that's all hooked up. Let's just check the terrain in a couple of other spots here. Yep, we're gonna wanna... coming right up against that coast now, so obviously this all through here is really... so I think what we may need to do is actually like bring it back up by Roslyn Street through here. Let's just see. Like here. Need to make sure that stays connected. That's got power now. I think we can delete these temporary lines. That's great news. Through the middle of this neighborhood. You're not going anywhere now. Fencing down here. Just do through there. There we go. Okay. Now we need to connect this bike path up at some key spots. Go. Okay, bring one that way, bring another one that way. Jump in right there. Here we go. This one might be a little unnecessary. Okay, it's connecting up pretty much everywhere there. Come through right here, count for the terrain there. There we go. I almost wonder if I should make that just a normal pedestrian path. Will it see better utilization? Oh, here's somebody taking it now. Let's see if we can hop on our buddy Edward Blake here. I mean, look at that though, right? Incredible view of the bay. Coming past City Hall here. Quiet ride past the cemetery. If you work here for the city, you could potentially bike to work from the old part of town. Go ahead and pick up the speed just a little bit so we can see where our pal Edward is going. Oh, he's veering off here. Okay, he is coming into work at this, looks like. Oh, almost, yep, he works at the fire station. Alright, well thanks for your service, pal. I do want to check one thing. Model. We want to just go a normal police car. We may need to check those one by one. So go with the large fire engines out of the downtown spot there. Model. You can keep that on random. That's, oh shoot, what was that? Was that Roslyn? Polytech? Yes, I believe so. Let's see. So we are hoping to continue developing this campus here. So we hit academic works, we did boost our student count, it's still going up, campus attractiveness is up as well. Let's see if we can't just get that over the edge and maybe next episode could do something with it. What do we have in terms of varsity sports? Basketball arena? Shoot, those might be nice right around in here. What if this just extends out a little further? And we cut Leonora on this block. Oh no, it's just barely too big. So we'd have to cut Constance too. Which would start to cut into Briarwood Park a little bit, I'm afraid. If we do it this way, so if we cut Constance, we could do it that way. We could also just wait and put it over here somewhere. Obviously, want the attractiveness bonus sooner rather than later, but what can you do? Definitely want this to feel like it's a part of like a downtown area. This could be a spot for it potentially. This, but I have this marked off for a mall right now. I'd rather save it for that. So really, what can we do in terms of campus attractiveness right now? I guess we could put another book club in. Could fit one in there maybe? Nope. Behind the medical center here. Question is, do I want a path on one side of this or the other? It makes more sense in the middle of the block. Okay. Now let's see if that had an impact. Oh yes, that was more than enough. Just needed that second book club. So, Continue increasing our student count, which we're like still way below capacity. Should eventually get there. Okay. So, question is, do I want to do anything else down here? I may wait. Can go ahead and throw in a couple of trees through here though, I believe. Those are awfully big. So are those. Go with the classic palms. Don't hate that. Ooh, we could go with something pretty. Yeah, I think that's the one right there. Look at that. I love that. Ooh, so pretty. Okay. Go ahead and throw a couple of palms in there. I think this would be a good spot for one of our big friendly oaks. Maybe a chestnut as well. Out here, let's see a couple of these guys. There's so much I can do with detailing, obviously. And I may try to just do that off stream, honestly. It's very time consuming. Just gonna throw a little bit in here and there for now, so it doesn't feel so naked through here. There we go. That helps. Throw down a couple coconut trees in here for now. This is another good spot for a big old oak. Wanted to leave some room for noise buffering back through here. Oh, our friendly rhododendrons. Nope. Just drop a couple of these in. Of course, we would want this park to have proper entrance here. There we go. So who knows if we'll actually see anybody come in here. Do just want to check. Honestly, would be a good idea to check all my parks really quick for that. Cost of entry, normally like to keep it at 0. I think it's just makes more sense. Okay, yep, and I did a good job with all that. Oh, there's just one more there, Baymouth Beach, yep. Okay. Oop, I was looking here. So, this is not Pine Park, this is, we'll call it, municipal campus. We call it the central, because that's what I really liked about this location, is that it feels very central to sort of what we've built so far and what's yet to come. In a way, I guess. Obviously, would like you to have water. There we go. So then, yep, City Hall can actually expand to include all this, and probably this little bit of commercial here. Whereas beachside, yeah, I guess would come to include all of this. Low tide district there, and Baymouth Beach. And I'm going to go ahead and sting this back to there. And bring this out like that. Okay. Pretty satisfied with that. It is seeing some utilization. See, can check our oop, that's not it. City info, statistics, populations definitely climbing, yada yada. What we want to see is cyclists. Oh, and we are seeing a significant bump. Probably thanks to this great new facility we put in. So that's wonderful news. And I think we built a really nice little municipal campus here today. I mean, obviously still very rudimentary, but we have a lot of unique buildings packed in right here, so this is probably going to become a hub of pretty high land value, which means this brand new residential neighborhood we just put in, you can see some stuff is already leveled up. This could all become high density, because it is right here by the bay. It's going to have incredible access to the bike path. You're not far from the beach. You know, all of this down here could eventually become high density the same way that this corridor has already. So it's just kind of wait and see on that, I think. Because if we take a look at land value, okay, so it's not quite as high as I expected. Obviously, there's definitely a spike in land value right in here, interestingly. The beach is extremely high land value. Obviously, Factory and Grove right there. Very high value. You can see it's coming in around our intersections for sure, that land value. University is still very low and all of that, so there's still quite a bit of filling that needs to happen through here to really start to... The university still feels so far away from the rest of the city, I think. But before the episode ends, let me do one more quick transit check. So this is still really underperforming, I think, this Roslyn line. Factory Street is still quite busy. Yep, there's that end of the line stop. And as far as buses go, Summit continues to be major. Middle is... okay. Factory. Valley View. Eureka. Park. These are all still pretty well tuned from last episode. We haven't really grown that much in terms of population yet, so... But I am fairly proud of the Central Municipal Campus. We have a very historic looking City Hall, and then some newer construction that's expanded to the side of it here. You know, I think obviously a major police and fire, and the point there being this is a pretty prime location for them to have some pretty solid access to a lot of the city, hopefully. But I'm pretty proud of this. I think once we're developing across the lake here, we're going to look over there and see City Hall. That's going to be a major landmark. I like the new bike path a lot. I think I may still upgrade it to just a straightforward pedestrian facility eventually. We'll see what happens. all of that bayside area is going to be really primo real estate. I think it may all end up becoming its own park, honestly, at least in chunks potentially. Like, you know, that right there could be a park. This area immediately around the municipal campus could be incorporated into the park that's already there. This stretch through here could be even multiple parks potentially, broken up by a couple of other uses. And I think there's a lot of potential here along the bay still, especially as we continue to try and build towards the university here. And I think it's not going to be too much longer now. We're going to have to think about some other polluting uses. So if we check, sewage availability is really at its limit. And it's all concentrated over there. So it would be good to have some kind of sewage treatment facility on this side of the city. Power is also getting very low. So we need to think about an electrical facility. And you know, I think one way we might do that is tapping this oil and putting in an oil power plant potentially, or a couple. Not crazy about it, but it's there, and the game makes it easy to use. So anyway, I have to log off, but thank you for tuning in for this episode. I hope you like what we did with City Hall here. I hope you see that there's still so much potential to come. We may have to redevelop this farm soon, but for now, I'm really pleased with how this little campus here turned out. And let's just go for a little walk. So, give me something sort of mayoral looking maybe. Tourists, a buffalo, a cougar, a lion. Okay, we'll just say that this guy, he's a city engineer or something like that. It kind of looks like it, huh? Got the dorky cell phone on the belt loop there. Yeah. So he's coming into work for the day, he passed the fire station, plays those guys in softball. Got this beautiful park right here. Still a little, obviously under landscaped right now. I promise that'll be coming. It's tough, you know, I like doing these shorter episodes. I feel like they perform a little better on YouTube, to be honest. I would love to hear from you what you think. You know, are you happier to see a video that's half an hour long or an hour long? Are you settling in for a real chill out? For like an hour, it's fine, it doesn't matter. Or would you rather have like a half an hour episode that's a little easier to get through in a short amount of time? And maybe if you're binging them, doesn't feel like such a commitment. I'd love to hear what you think. So anyway, thanks for tuning in, and hope to see you again soon.